Welcome back, everybody. I just finished up opening a case of Nivel Arena Stellar Blade cards, and we're going to talk about what's in that case. And you get 24 of these boxes and 24 packs in each one of these, so you get quite a few cards. There's 88 total, and you get 48 commons, 22 rares, 10 SRs, 6 URs, and 2 leaders. And in each one of these boxes, you'll get 1 leader card, and it could be signed or not signed. And I'll talk about that more in a second. You'll get 1 UR card, and then you'll get a few SR cards, and every pack will, if it doesn't have one of those, it'll have a rare. So that's what's inside. And basically, since there's 2 leaders, you're going to get a lot of the 2 leader cards, so you'll get one of those 2 options. If you do get a signed leader card, you will not get one of these. So if you get one of these while you're opening packs, you know you won't get a signed card. That's just something I've observed. So there's 22 of these here because I got 2 signed cards in that pile up there that are leaders, if that made sense. And then same with these URs. The URs are actually pretty interesting. So I'll say right now there's 6 URs possible to get on the back of the box. And it took me 12 of these boxes just to get 6 different URs. So as you can see, I should say down here, this is my personal set. So whatever you see here, just kind of add 1 because it's in my set here. So we got 3 of this UR. We did get quite a few of that one, so that's 2. We got quite a few of that one, that's 3. And a few of that one, 4 and 5. Now why do I not have 6? Because there was 1 UR, whoops, I only got 1 of total. Out of all 24 boxes, it only obtained 1 UR. So that's in my personal pile. We can look at that a little later. But that just shows you how hard it could be to get 1 certain UR. They're definitely not easy to get. Then we got the SRs here. So this is the SR set. As you can see, when you're opening 24 boxes, you get approximately that many. So maybe let's just say about half of the boxes, a little less for that one. Same with that one. Got a lot of that as well. And there's 10 options for the SRs, 5 green and 5 orange. And as you can see, my orange pile is a little bit smaller than the green one, just something I observed. So there's definitely less cards in that. And there, that one had quite a few. That one has a decent amount, and this one only has 6, so there's only 6 of this one. Well, there's 5 here plus the 1 in my personal pile. So that's the SRs. Then these 2 stacks here are the rares. There's 22 of them, so 11 for each color. You can kind of see there, that's pretty equal for each card of the rares. Pretty equal there. I sorted them out, as you can see. This one's a little bit interesting, so that last one doesn't have as many. And there's this one. You can tell there's a lot of this card here, that one. There's less in this last card. That's pretty much all of those cards. So before we get to the fun cards, the leaders up there. Oh, I'll also show you. So these are all of the fun cards, obviously, right here. All that up there is common bulk. So you obviously, like opening anything up, you're going to get a lot of bulk. So that's all the yellow section. I separated the green there. Got some green here and yellow over there. So we got a lot of that. Got to figure out how to get that out of my house in some way. So we got the signed leader cards. Let me turn off my light real quick so it's a little easier to see. So here's my tablet. This is on the Stellar Blade website. You'll get, I've opened up 7 cases now, and every one of them has had 2 leader sign cards. So in this set there are 6 options. And it's a little bit hard to see, but we'll do the top one for example. So that's your basic leader. And then you have a different art image. And then you can see the signature looks like that, which is, let me just zoom in. So that's the SPL. This one's also an SPL. It's a little bit hard to see the signature, it's on that side. But the one that everybody wants is actually this one. You can see the signature changed, and it's called an SSL. So that's the good one. These are all very good though. And then it's the same for the orange card of Eve. So that's what that looks like. One second, refreshing this. So if you were to get the complete set of Stellar Blade, as you can see right here, it's actually 110 cards, even though the box says 88. So that's 88 of the basic cards basically. Then if you want every signed card, it's 110. And you can check out the website for that. One more thing before we get to the fun cards is I'll just show off every single card real quick. So I noticed that the green cards, there's a lot of monsters for those. And it seems like this is kind of Raven's set, I guess you could say. So that was the first 44 cards are green. See card 44 down there. And then basically the orange set, so Eve. A lot of Eve cards. I will also be opening up a second case too, and I'll make a video for that at some point comparing the 2 cases. Got some very fun cards even for commons like those 2. And a lot of these are just equipment, I guess you could call them. Alright, so now we'll get to the fun cards, and actually just one second because I forgot I was going to show something. So if you want to know what how many signatures you get in a case, it's 32. URs is 24, leaders is 22, SRs is 99. So there's SRs, leaders, URs, leaders, URs, and signed. So something interesting I noticed, I do not know which case this is, but I wrote this last time, and I actually got the exact same numbers in whatever case this was as I did with this new case. That was case 1 and that was case 2, so you can see I got one more SR. Just an interesting observation about Nivel Arena cases in general. So I've had 2 different sets with the same outcome. But yeah, let's get to the fun part. Let's see these SRs. So this is the Raven one. Hopefully I can get some good lighting on this. Getting quite a bit of reflection. Yeah, that's our leader sign card. Oh, and then we got the other leader Raven card. It's pretty cool. So you can see that these are kind of both the same card because it's the same number at the bottom, but 2 different designs, I guess you could say. So that's the 2 leaders there. And then we got 30 of these cards. Another thing is there's 16 of the SPR cards, and I got 15 out of 16 of them. So when I open up that second case, I'm trying to get one more. I'm not sure which one it is at the moment either. So I got 2 of this Raven. You'll notice the characters are the same quite a bit for most of these. Then I happen to get 4 of that Raven. Got 2 of this one. Looks like we got 3 of that Raven. We got 3 of the swimwear version. A single of that. And a single of that. So that's my green stack, and my orange stack is a little bit smaller. So we got 2 of Lily. And then we got Eve signed cards, 2 of that one. Her outfit's different, that's a little confusing. 1 of that one. 1 of this card. Looks like we got 3 of that one, that's a fun one. 2 of that card. And 2 of this character. So yeah, that's what you can expect if you buy a case. The fun thing is I only need the 2 liters and 16 of these. Then I got my own set, and then I can sell a ton of cards. And pretty much all of this here I can sell. So you can make actually a lot of money back. And with the second case I'm getting, the only thing I'm trying to get out of that is the 1 sign card I'm missing and just whatever 2 liter sign cards I get. Everything else is kind of just sell. So yeah, that's basically what you get in a case. One other thing I just noticed is you get these fun little posters. You get 2 of them. So that's also a fun thing they give you for at least Stellar Blade. Alright, thanks for watching.